Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in the previous video I have shown you how you can host your website with the help of GitHub and many things about the GitHub I have told you. If you have not watched those videos, please go ahead and watch, and you will get to know something over there about GitHub, how you can use and how you can utilize for further resource. So today I'm going to tell you about the simple form as a login form. So let's start. So I will go to the code. So here just I'm going to implement the code logic over here. See, let me make it full screen. So for time being, just I have written this code to reduce the time. So here you can see one by one. So these all are like I will explain one by one. This is like as a mat dialog content. So whatever the content I am going to write, so that will be available inside this content. Okay, if you have understand this one, this is all are from the Angular material. Okay, and second, after that, inside this content I am using the icon mat icon. So that is the close icon. Okay, in that close icon I am using a cancel icon on class to look and feel. Okay, that class also I will show you. And second, I am using that name, like header name, what will be. So I have written as a created account. Okay, next I am using, this is the form. Here whatever the inputs you are going to write over there, so that I have written over here. So I will tell you one by one. So this form having a these all are conditions over here, right? So as of now I will tell you about what do you mean by ng submit and form group. So with the help of form group I am going to validate the forms. That's the reason. So I am using this form group. Okay, first I will try to explain in the HTML, then I will go for the TS what I did there. Okay, so in this form you can see this is the ng submit. So in this ng submit I am using the form whatever I have created in the TS file. So this is the name of that form control. Okay, so that I am going to validate, and we having this form group. Okay, second, come to your button. So we here we have a sign up button, right? So once you click over here, so that submit will return and it will check whether your form is validate or not. This is the one way where you can validate your form. And on click of this one again we are going to validate, so that is the second one. Okay, so now come to the input part. So here we having a this mat form field where you can see your inputs over there. Okay, inside this mat form field we having the inputs where I mention as a type as a text. So it will be a text only. And mat input form control, this form control name is coming. Okay, let's come to the form group. I will go here. So here you can see this ng on it I have written a form controller over here. This form control I have made it from the form builder, which is coming from here. Okay, this is part of the form builder. Okay, this already I have made a video for this reactive forms how it's work. If you have not watched, please go ahead and watch the previous video. You will find out, not previous, the you can check it out in the playlist, so you will get to know how you can create a form group. Okay, reactive forms. So these are the validators where I have a two form control. One is the username and another one is the password. Okay, so for this one I have a username, so I am going to validate with the errors and required. So as of now I am checking as a required. Don't go for this one because this pattern I have not applied, just I am checking empty or not. Okay, here you can see just I am checking if it should not be as a empty. That's it. I have not written any logic, so that name should be as a special character, something need to be prevent and all. Okay, that rejects I have not written over there. So let's come to the second field. Here we having the inputs. Again we have mentioned as a type as a password. So that I will explain what do you mean by types over here. So once you written the type as a password, so what will be the look and feel in the text box. Okay, so these are again is the translators, leave these things if you don't want to include. And here I made it as a form as a touch. Why? Because what will happen initially if you will not touch your form, so that validate automatically it will return initially. your field is not like empty or something like that. So to avoid that one, I have used as a touch until unless the user is not touched, don't validate that form. Okay. So this is again once the user will click, if it is empty, so it will return a that message, validate message. Okay. So now come to the UI. So already I have run this video, sorry, that application. Once I click over here, here you can see initially there is no validation in the UI, and here you can see this is the close which I made it as a hover on orbit cancel, that is the CSS, and here is the your header, and here you can see until and unless this is your text input field, if you have touched and you have not enter, if you click outside, then it's gonna be validate. And then again you can see this is not filled, if you'll touch it will validate, if you have entered something, so it will go off. I think you have understand. So now this is the one point which I told about your touch field over here. If you'll go to the HTML again, I will go here. Here you can see I have mentioned as a touch, that is right. I'm going to tell here if you are touching this one, then you are going to apply, else don't validate that form. Okay, this is the one. And second is here you can see when you have written type as a text, so here you can see the text will be visible. If you have written as a password, so it will not be visible. So for example, now here I have written as a password, that is invisible. I will put as a number. So what will be the changes you see once? Here you can see that now it is coming as a number, correct? If I'll try to type as a string, it's not working at all. See, I'm trying to type, but still it is not allowing. Once I'll enter a number, it's gonna be allowed. So this is what does mean about the types. So as of now, I'll put as a password. So that will be is a encrypted one. Okay. So I hope you have understand the HTML part. So let's come to the UI. And before proceeding further, this icon I will show you what CSS I have used. Here you can see this is the cancel and cancel hover. So as of now I will use as a this red color. Okay, so this is the right align font size, this one, and top just I made it as a top something. Let's see here, just I made as some margin over here, right left. So you can do as per your wish. And something font size, that's fine. And here is a background color, I just put as a cursor point, so for understanding whether my cursor is in correct position or not. Okay, so now let's come to the inspect element. So I'm going to tell you these things already I have explained in the one video, that is the reactive forms. So now again I'm going to explain. So let's come to here, and I have written here one logic on click of okay, sign up form. Here is the one method, right? So that method is going to be called here. Here you can see once you are clicking over here, so what does mean by this form, this dot email form control dot mark all touch, correct? So once you click over here, so that gonna be hit. So now you can see this form is validating over here. So here you can see all the values, you will get it here. Okay, so now this is your form group validation over here. Here you can see your status is invalid, correct? And if when it will become, let's come to the next one. And now if you'll go to this line, invalid in the sense false, right? So this gonna be, we can type as a equal to true or false or something, whether you can put as a valid or invalid, so that will return your true and false directly. Okay, so this is the one way. So now if your form is invalid, so that's not gonna be allowed to your if condition. Now it is going for the else condition. This is my message which I have used with the help of toaster and translation. And this video also I have shown you how you can create a notification, how you can do as a translations and all. So here you can see the else condition is gone off, and here you can see the message, and here also the form is got validated over here. Once you enter this value over here, so now the validation is okay, but again we are validating complete form, not only for the one value, correct? So the user will try to click over here. As a user, they will try to click over here again. They will try to think that, okay, I have filled one value, so now I will proceed further. Okay, but still your validation here it is showing as error, right? So this is what does mean, you are validating not a single field. When you are having a form, so that form you are going to completely validate. Okay, so one until and unless your complete form is not validate, you are going to return this message, and you are throwing this alert as well here message. Okay, once your form is validate, now you can see here you will get as a true, because both the inputs form is validated as per the requirement, because you have mentioned over here. If you'll go to the ts file, here you have mentioned the username should not be empty. If it is empty, then required a validator, else you can proceed further. So this is what, if you want to apply some logic, it should not be empty or something like xyz, something you don't want that value, and if you want as a to z alphabet only instead of number and something etc, as per your requirement, you can put your logic. The password should be one a small, one capital, it should be character or something. So you can put here as a regex form, so that's gonna be validate based on your requirement. As of now, I'm just validating with the empty string, so that is what I have shown over here. So the next is, here you can see this is the normal input form where you are going to be validate whether you can create a sign up or something like that. As of now, just put as a username and password. You can enter many inputs as you want. If you want to use angular input form, that's well and good. If you don't want to use, you can skip this one, you can use as a bootstrap. So here what you have to do here is, let me try if your this class is working. Form controls, say okay, why form control input is not yet terminated. Wait, where I have used this dialog box translation container, mat trigger, mat select, mat option. Okay, where, okay, I am here. Okay, we have to apply some for the bootstrap. I see there is no validate at all. We have to remove this one as well, because we don't want this mat form field. I think so. Hey, 1 second. Which one I have removed? Okay, let's check. See here, this is the your input now with the help of bootstrap. So now this is having a this mat form. This is the bootstrap input. Here you can see you have to remove that mat form field here. Once you'll remove it, so that's gonna be work with the help of bootstrap, and you have to use this class. And one more thing, directly if you'll use this class, it's not gonna be work, but you have to do as a import at all. Okay. How to import a bootstrap, this one also I have told you, mentioned in the one video, so you can watch the playlist, so you'll get to know how you can import your, how you can include your bootstrap in your Angular project. Okay. And the next video I'm going to tell you what at all whatever you have input form, so how you can send to the backend and how it will save to the backend, and how you can get a response from the backend. Okay. So as of now I have a one entries over here. Let me go here, one API I made it, so that I have done in the backend. If you are interested in the backend as well, so I will show you in the backend as well. So with the help of .NET code I made it. Okay. So as of now I will not show, just I will show you the written what how it's works. So just you assume that this is your URL where you are going to get a response. Okay. So just I will show you in the console. Let's run the complete code. Okay, now the backend code is ready. So what I will do, I will just enter some value over here xyz, and here you can see we are calling that get student detail over here. So now it will go to the backend. I will not take much time in the backend, just I will show you the response. So here you can see once I send it form, so I am getting a response. So this is the get API. So how you can bind the data, how you can send to the backend. So these things I am going to tell you. And if you are interested in the backend, so I'll make a one video completely in the backend how you can do as a complete setup. So initially I have started this one in the backend. So if I will make one video, so how you can create a project and how you can done your backend code as well. Okay. So this is how I am going to send to the UI, and UI after that we will get a some response to the user. So here you can see in the network tab, this is the get student detail. Here you can see all the data you have, and many things I am going to tell you, because here you will get many issues once we are binding the data from the UI. So why I have come to this backend again. Without backend, if you learn in the UI only, so that will be not interestable. So because everything is gonna to be manipulate, and that functionality wise you are going to work with the help of backend only, right? So first you have to have your data, then you can apply your logic what you need to be done, right? So that's gonna I'm to tell you in the next video, so what how we can achieve the backend as well. If you are interested in the Angular side, so that is fine. So I can that will be only for Angular side only. Okay, that's it for the video. Thank you so much. Bye.